librettist and director of Two Shots at the Working Beaver.
And I'm Bill Gliddon, who was lucky enough to write the music for Veronica's libretto.
Thank you all for coming to watch the show. This opera came to me through various newspaper clippings and local stories, particularly from an event that happened outside the Dominion Hotel in the 1870s. One hotel owner from Gliddon and the owner of the Dominion had a shootout after an argument had occurred. The owner from Gliddon was shot in the stomach and quoted to have asked onlookers to take him to his carriage because he didn't want to die in a place like Minden. With more and more of these events occurring, bar owners had to get a bit more creative in keeping their establishments safe. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Valerie and the entire staff and crew of Let's Make Opera. Without them, this production would not have been possible. I'd like to thank Bill for composing all the music for this production. I'd like to thank Melissa Stevens for introducing me to this wonderful project. And I'd like to thank all the cast and crew who have put in countless hours to make this possible. And lastly, I'd like to thank my mother and stepfather who drove and waited for me during every rehearsal, no matter how late it was. So shout out to them.
And I'd like to just add briefly to what Veronica has said. I too have a few thank yous before we end this amazing evening of music and drama with a comedy. Another true event from the colorful past history of Haliburton County, an event which Veronica developed into a wonderful libretto for me to set to music and make an opera. The cast and I are very grateful to have had Veronica as the author and director of our production. In her introduction at the beginning of the evening, Valerie acknowledged all the many wonderful helpers like Melissa and Claire and Paul and our lighting and sound technicians and projectionists, those who assisted in any way, and especially you, our audience. Having a full and enthusiastic house is so encouraging. But, it's always a but. And I know I speak for all the creators and performers of our 4 short opera scenes. There is one person that Valerie forgot to thank. And that person is the one who initiated this project and supported it from the very beginning, spending many stressful hours, I'm sure, and days of planning, traveling, and coaching us and cajoling us when we didn't come to rehearsals. The person without whom this event would not be happening. The co-director of the Highlands Opera, would Valerie Kowinka please stand? And now, Veronica, I fear that the characters that you have so cleverly invented, the patrons of the Working Beaver behind the curtain here, may be enjoying their whiskey a little too much and having too much fun. So let's get on with the show. Thank you, Veronica. And thank you all.
Welcome to my pub of the working beaver. Never a livelier folk have seen you. Come on in and tap your toes to the beat of the sound of the working beaver.
1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots inside. 4 pints, 5 pints, 6 pints, port wine. 7 cups, 8 cups, 9 cups, drunken delight. Makes up to 10 in the working beaver.
Enclosed all around by white pine trees, the happiest folk of all are we. With our furs and pelts we drink in glee, in the pub of the working beaver.
1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots inside. 4 pints, 5 pints, 6 pints, port wine. 7 cups, 8 cups, 9 cups, drunken delight. Make up to 10 the working beaver.
The Haliburtonians are a friendly lot, never been the ones to stir the pot. But if they were to squabble, 'twould be with a gunshot. But never down at the working beaver.
But never down at the working beaver.
Good ale, my friend. If I'd have stood an hour longer out there chopping pine, I assure you I'd have tipped over and not have sipped an ounce tonight. I've been wasting with the trees. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Among their leaves I have spent the hours, all in the name of lumber and kindling, spending days mingling with barks of varying degrees. Do 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 do. And with a dull axe I return from wasting the tree. I've spent the days and spent the nights swinging and bringing timber to the town. And from wasting with the trees, I sit here now, getting wasted with you.
chopping still, my friend. Building is where the coin rests now, and it seems Stiles is you Italians' affair.
But my friend, where will you get your lumber? That's where my profit shall be. If I remain the source, I benefit from your actions, of course.
If he remains the source, he benefits, of course. But when we've all built our share, what left will you have to contribute? Any neighbor of yours will rage to have such an ugly bald acreage beside them.
I'm sure that I'll be hearing much more of all of that. The trees I chop are on the land of squawking fools from up on Harborn Road. One of which already has such obnoxious conversation.
Up at Harborn Road, Harborn Road, Harborn Road, Harborn Road, Harborn Road. Harborn? Some of the land there is my own. Pray tell it's not my wood you're borrowing. Can you believe this man to sit and argue here relentlessly? He should be keen to choose and use a better ideology. And now to find that he could be infringing on my property.
And now this man could in fact be infringing on his property.
I bought my land on every inch that's designated to me. I won't be flimsy with the rules which I have seen before me. Like my moral beliefs alone is how I own my property.
Like his moral beliefs alone is how he owns his property.
Come to think of it, I recall quite an awful noise outside the house, that of which was an axe being swung around about, and I recall that lesser trees do decorate my window now. Hey! That's my land you've been chopping wood on, you trout! You trout! You trout!
What did you just call me?
A trout! Seems the fools have stepped on each other's toes now. Perhaps I should have kept the stronger stuff packed away tonight.
My fellow, I must say, you're much too worried about the boundaries of trees. So drink, relax, and nurse your whiskey. We already came from all the way across the sea. La 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 la.
Exactly why I should press you on such affairs. Building causes such stress to gray the hairs. And you stand here joking as if your worries are as light as air. So you answer my questions, boy, or I'll give you something that will make you care. Two of them, what?
to which point of view the tables are to tip. The working beaver has not seen such attention at the hips since many years ago when occurred that incident. Many years ago when occurred that incident.
Signor, if we begin to worry as you have, we'd grow prune-like in such wrinkles. The good Lord gives us such land, we best not be fickle.
My good gentlemen, allow me. I must not recommend you cause a mess in my establishment. A mediator I will be to stop such a violent act as this. You owe this Irishman a sum, since you put him in deficit. So pay the toll and walk away. I'm sure you both can handle it.
No! Excellente!
You both thought that your guns were loaded and ready to fire. But I removed the bullets when you stumbled in. I do not allow drunken fools with loaded guns into the working beaver. Halberton is a peaceful village.
I applaud your wit, sir. It's always in good taste to keep blood off nice hardwood floors.
I encourage you two to settle down now and resolve this case over a glass of water instead of whiskey. Preferably also outside of my bar.
Tomorrow, at noon, then, I hear the restaurant in town serves a mighty good lunch.
I'll be there, provided you pay with all the lumber profits you've been making.
So long as you pay my tab here tonight.
A toast to the working beaver!
To the working beaver!
One shot, two shots, three shots inside. 4 pints, 5 pints, 6 pints poured right. 7 cups, 8 cups, 9 cups, drunken delight. Makes up to 10.